It's Cruz Gonzales with your focus on weather. Let's take a look at some views from downtown Fresno earlier today. What many local businesses said today was that their plan is to open the doors on October 1st, regardless of state and local guidelines. The tech lending department accounts for 2/3 of the library's total checkouts, but not every checkout is as high-tech as a 3D printer and action camera. Some are just simple items to help students in their everyday classes. City Council is planning on passing an emergency amendment that would prohibit the gathering of 15 or more people. But Police Chief Andrew Hall made a statement on Monday, simply saying that Fresno PD won't enforce the amendment if passed. His first release featured this design, an iconic Fresno landmark in response to the shelter-in-place order that had just been announced at the time. Although you may not find trick-or-treating here every Sunday, you will find classic cars. From downtown Fresno, this is Cruz Gonzales with Fresno State Focus. Joseph Castro began his duties as chancellor on January 4th, 2021. But in the meantime, the search for our campus's next president starts. Thanks to contributions from Assemblyman Jim Patterson and Councilwoman Esmeralda Soria, Crime Stoppers is now offering $15,000 to anyone that has any tips leading to the arrest of the shooters.
Let's go to Cruz Gonzales, who's at the Vintage Room on campus, to tell us how. Hey, Cruz.
Hey, Razmik, how you doing? Fresno State Student Health and Counseling Center is making sure students are protected this upcoming flu season by offering free flu shot clinics to students. For many students, getting the flu shot on campus is really their only option with their busy schedules. But let's be honest, free shots is what sealed the deal here. A student's commute to school is one of the most vital parts of our day. For a good portion of students, the Bulldog Express is the answer. Let me take you along for a ride and show you how this bus gets students to where they need to go. Unemployment is down and the stock market is way up. The Dow Jones skyrocketed today and closed up at 545 points. The tech-heavy NASDAQ closed up 2.6%. Historic midterm election? You bet. Back to you, Razmik and Deja. Adam Woody, a full-time tattoo artist, found himself looking for a new art form when tattoo shops were ordered to close due to COVID-19. But from what started as one commission piece, turned into a series of over 120 pieces. But the biggest plus to this process for Woody was that it gave him a sense of routine.
So I really think this process over quarantine gave me something to do, gave me something to look forward to. I get messages pretty regularly of people thanking me for doing the project, being really appreciative of the piece that they had picked up, and I think the joy that I get out of it and the joy that other people get out of it keeps me going with it.
Woody makes only 12 of each piece and sells them at a first-come, first-served basis. One of his most recent pieces was sold out in the matter of minutes. He couldn't believe it. One of his followers, Jeff Colvin, is a repeat customer, buying his art all the way from Texas, and says he loves the thrill of purchasing something so unique.
Dude, it's so cool, man. Like it's something where it's like I said, it is small batch and stuff like that. And so, there's only like 11 other people besides him and myself that would have these pieces.
But for Adam Woody, it isn't about how many pieces he sells. It's more about the fact that another person appreciates his art as much as he does.
Just as happy to sell one, that there's one person out there that wants it, just as much as I am when 12 people do.
Adam Woody plans to keep the series of stencil art going as long as he can. To keep up with his art, check out his Instagram profile at WoodyR. Hundreds of people gathered outside of City Hall Monday morning to rally support for the Open Fresno County movement, a plan to open local businesses that had been closed due to COVID-19 in the Central Valley.
A mass movement for reopening, forcing numbers, doing what's right, sending a strong message.
Kurt Costello, a Fresno, California resident, hopes to see local leaders in the community stand up to state leaders over recent mandates that affected many local businesses. And from the looks of it, he isn't the only one that feels this way.
So I hope Fresno makes a good stand. We're the 6th largest city in California, and we forget that, and we're treated like a redheaded stepchild. And I think we need to stand up and do what's right.
Local politicians and local business owners made speeches at the rally, including Manny Perales, owner of Yosemite Falls Cafe. He hopes the state government will reconsider its guidelines after seeing the turnout of this event.
We don't want to go against government. We just want government to use some good common sense and allow us to open.
Owners believe that they can run their businesses and keep employees and patrons safe.
Well, when we opened up the first time, we had to follow these CDC protocols and these guidelines, and we were doing it. We spent thousands of dollars to be compliant and make sure that our customers and our employees are safe. And we did it for 3 weeks and they shut us down.
What many local businesses said today was that their plan is to open the doors on October 1st, regardless of state and local guidelines.
So we could do it safely. I mean, just because we want to conduct business, we have that fundamental right to do that. doesn't mean that we don't care about the virus.
From downtown Fresno, this is Cruz Gonzales with Fresno State Focus. Dorian Castro, a graphic designer by trade, wanted to take his skills beyond a tablet and computer and turn his artwork into something wearable. But it wasn't easy. The process of screen printing and stitching garments comes with a huge learning curve.
If I don't know it, I call someone, I text someone, or look it up online, and that's really what it's been.
His first release featured this design, an iconic Fresno landmark in response to the shelter-in-place order that had just been announced at the time.
That's really what kicked it all off. The city was they had announced the lockdown, and I just started illustrating. Like, this thought came to mind. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the security building, the security bank building as a character as he's locked up, and just let the city know, just keep your head up.
The community support is what inspires him to pursue his passion and finally make his dream a reality.
I've been wanting to do this since 2011, and it was just like in the back burner. I never wanted to. I was scared to invest, and after seeing that support and people requesting these T-shirts, I was like, you know what, like this is the time.
Castro is currently working on his new series of pieces, hopefully coming out in the next couple of weeks. Sunday night cruising is a weekly tradition here on Fulton Street, but Sunday night, a few Central Valley car clubs made it special for neighborhood kids. Welcome to Trunk or Treat, an event to help make this pandemic's Halloween feel a little more normal.
When I was growing up, my childhood was going door to door to get candy, and we wanted to see, but right now everything's so tight where the kids are not having that fun. They feel frustrated. They feel like they're not having the same thing that they had a couple years ago.
But aside from the Halloween fun, regulars of Sunday night cruising love the family atmosphere of the event.
There's different car clubs, there's bikes. It's a family thing now. They turn into a family thing, which is good. So we get to sit out here, enjoy ourselves, enjoy the evening with your family, see the cars, the vehicles, the lowriders, bikes, and stuff.
The tradition of Sunday night cruising brings back feelings of nostalgia for Nancy Luna, and she loves sharing her appreciation of custom cars with her kids.
And it's kind of fun because the kids get to know what we were growing up with. I mean, Fulton was known to do cruising. Kings Canyon was, Blackstone. So, we want to continue the tradition.
Although you may not find trick-or-treating here every Sunday, you will find classic cars. From downtown Fresno, this is Cruz Gonzales with Fresno State Focus.